You look lonely. I can fix that. You look like a good job.
Ready? Go. 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 Oi, 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 oi. More energy, more energy, more power. Oi. Bloody hell, mate. Oi, 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 oi. Oi, oi, oi. Oi, mind up. Oi, yeah. More energy, more power. Oi, oi, that was mad. More passion. More passion. Let me see that footwork. Footwork. Give it to them. Give it to them. Give it to them. More passion. More energy. More passion. More energy. More energy.
Well, and this is
more energy. Oi, oi,
you know,
oi,
this is
oi, oi.
where the good times happen.
I don't know, whatever it is, it's not right on the teleprompter. I don't know what that is. I've never seen that.
No, there is. We are going to do Sting, yeah.
Okay, but
Okay.
yeah, I can't read it. There's no words on it.
Okay. Ready? Sure.
There's no words there. To play us out. What does that mean? To play us out.
Sting is going to do, it's a video, Sting video.
What is...
For credits.
I don't know what that means, to play us out. What does that mean? To end the show?
Yeah, yeah.
All right, go.
In 5, 4, 3.
That's tomorrow, and that is it.
Okay, in 5, 4, 3.
That's tomorrow, and that is it for us today. And we will leave you with a... I can't do it.
Okay.
We'll do it live.
Okay. No.
We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it, and we'll do it live.
Right.
Fucking thing sucks.
In 5, 4, 3.
That's tomorrow, and that is it for us today. I'm Bill O'Reilly. Thanks again for watching. We'll leave you with Sting and a cut off his new album. Take it away.
Huh? So you're telling me there's a chance?
Yeah! Do it! Just do it! Don't let your dreams be dreams. Yesterday, you said tomorrow. So just do it! Make your dreams come true! Just do it!
We obviously didn't communicate clearly. We're here to discuss your surrender, not mine.
Tú eres tan romántico molestando con una vipa. Me preguntas si te quiero, yo te digo que no estoy lista y no quiero comenzar. No hay nada que empezar, yo te dejaré atrás. Mientras gano más y más, no estás en mi nivel y tú no eres obligación. No estás motivada y tú aburre mi corazón. Eres un idiota sin inteligencia y razón. Entonces déjame tranquila mientras escriba tu canción. Tú eres tan romántico molestando con una vipa. Me preguntas si te quiero, yo te digo que no estoy lista y no quiero comenzar. No hay nada que empezar, yo te dejaré atrás. Mientras gano más y más, no estás en mi nivel y tú no eres obligación. No estás motivado corazón. Eres un idiota sin inteligencia y razón. Entonces déjame tranquila mientras escriba tu canción. Estoy aquí a disfrutar. Estoy aquí pero quiero gozar. Si quieres a mí pero vamos a bailar. Cintura a cintura, papi, tra, tra, tra. Bailando, gozando y me gusta tomar. Pero no quiero pendejos que no quieren respetar. Déjame pendejo, papi, ya no más. Déjame pendejo, papi, ya no más. Estoy aquí a disfrutar. Estoy aquí pero quiero gozar. Si quieres a mí pero vamos a bailar. Cintura a cintura, papi, tra, tra, tra. Bailando, gozando y me gusta tomar. Pero no quiero pendejos que no quieren respetar. Déjame pendejo, papi, ya no más. Déjame pendejo, papi, ya no más.
What
is up, everybody? It is your boy Luis Martinez, aka Big Chief Burrito, live with you on a Tuesday.
Yes, sir.
Wearing my beautiful hat that
I like your hat. I was gonna say, where'd you get it?
my bestie got it for me.
It looks good.
Thank you, thank you. Mi Gente show live and direct from the Southern California Mixed Burrito Lounge. The mixed
Mixed burrito.
Mixed burritos here in the South. What's up, everybody? What's up, everybody that is over on the Instagram feed? Roosevelt, Stephanie, Hector, Vitor.
What's up?
What's up, guys? I have the Instagram feed up, so I'll be able to answer you guys if you have questions on there. But if you guys want your comments on air, you can also go to the YouTube, youtube.com/2mburrito, youtube.com/@migente show.
And Sophia Carr, go follow me on YouTube as well. It streams in my channel too, y'all. Give it some love.
Yeah, it doesn't cost you anything but 2 or 3 clicks to follow all the channels.
Yeah, give it a like, give it a watch.
Give it a like, subscription, all that good
all
stuff.
3 channels.
On a prideful San Diego Pride.
Yeah. We were on hiatus all of June, pretty much. So we skipped the Pride. We're homophobic here. So sorry. But San Diego celebrates Pride in July. So I got all my SD Pride hats. Hello.
You got Hector saying mixed burrito in the mix tonight. Yes, absolutely.
Hell yeah.
Mixed burritos are in the mix.
Up,
so what's up, Sophia? How you doing today? How was your Pride June, and what are you planning to do? How much gayer can you be in July?
Oh man, I could be gayer. I could be gayer.
Yeah, you can always be gayer.
Yeah, could always be gayer. It was good. I feel like I didn't celebrate too much. I went to LA Pride this year. So that was a little change. That was really fun. Got to see Tokisha, Ricky Martin.
Okay.
It was so funny because I went with my white friends, right? So it was like maybe like 2 colored people in the group, and it was so funny the people that we were excited to see, right? Because like everyone wanted to see JoJo Siwa because the cringe that is. So we went, saw JoJo, and then Tokisha came on. The white friends went to sit. The Latinos were standing up, and then who was it? Muna came on, and I stayed because I'm welcome to everyone.
So is Ricky all the way out now?
Yeah, he's been out. Where have you been?
The 90s.
Oh my god. Yeah, no, he came out in like late aughts. Is that what people say for late 2000s? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, no, he's been out, and he was at LA Pride, and that was awesome. I was gonna go to TJ Pride, but I didn't end up going because I had something better to do. It was my siblings' birthdays this last weekend, which was fun.
Oh yeah, I was about to say happy birthday, Hector.
Yeah, happy birthday, brother.
Yeah.
And sister. She's not watching right now, but happy birthday to both. They have the same birthdays.
Nice.
I think that's all I did. I haven't done anything else. I know I wanted to go to TJ Pride because Paulina Rubio was gonna be there, and I've never gone, but there's always next year. So yeah. And then we'll see. I don't know if I'm gonna do SD Pride. I feel old. I know I'm not. Don't freak out, everyone. I can hear everyone being like, shut up. But it's just the debauchery that is SD Pride. I'm tired.
I'm officially at the age where when I hear like 20 somethings complain about pain and stuff, I just like.
You're like, shut the fuck up. Hey, I'm only in my 20s for another like month or so.
Yeah.
Let me whine.
Oh, look at you. How fancy.
Yeah.
How
has your Pride been? Have you been gay?
I can always be a little gayer, right? I can.
Yeah.
No, listen. I'm the boring cis guy of the show.
You're the token heterosexual for sure.
I've been allying, me doing my ally.
Good, yeah. I saw you guys did a Pride thing at the shop.
Oh, well, yes. Funny that you mentioned that. Why did I show that? Yes. We do have some Pride flash.
Oh, do tell.
We have some Pride flash. As you guys know, we own the tattoo shop. SoCal Tattoo Main Street, and one of our awesome artists, Paola, I sent her the link right now. Hopefully she'll tap in. Made this badass Pride flash.
I love the U-Haul. Oh, it's funny.
I mean, can you explain some of these to me? Because I get the U-Haul, I get the Baisabor,
You know,
I get this guy, the Rainbow.
yeah. I mean, the
Queer as
U-Haul,
in
you
fuck
get it.
you.
Here's the fuck you. Yeah. Rainbow. I want to know what the hook thing is. What is that called? Lavalier? What is it? What are those called? Lavaliers?
This one, the
No,
lock?
sorry. What am I saying? The what?
Which one?
The esa
Top-
cosita, the
top
little
middle?
hook thingy. Huh?
The top middle one?
Yeah. No. The little hook one. What is those called that you put in your backpack? What is that called?
Oh, those are little hooks? I don't
Yeah,
know.
but there's a word for them. But anyway, I don't get that one. How's that?
I don't know.
I
Maybe
want to know so badly.
this
I
is for
want
the
to know.
younger queer audience. Maybe it's a little past due.
Yeah, see, now we need a Gen Z correspondent because
Yeah,
when we
we
started this, it was like the young one and the older Gen X and millennial.
Paola, if
now
you're watching, tap in so we can ask you what these mean.
I'm
'cause-
out of it. I do not say slam. Carabiners, thank you, brother. Oh my god, thank you, Hector, for yeah. I'm watching the comments
Instagram,
on
the
IG.
Instagram.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
Carabiners.
Carabiners, thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Got it. All right. Cool.
So now I'm trying to make it queer.
So the question here is, which one are you gonna get?
That's a good question. Oh, that Tinky Winky, man. That one's
That Tinky Winky could be part of a sticker art for sure.
Yeah.
We got the Tinky Winky. All right. Anyway, so we're gonna be celebrating. So she's gonna be offering these, and the middle one is what? Just a drag queen? What is that?
It looks Latinified, but it looks like it's drag queeny. Is it a drag queen?
Like a drag queen, like hybrid. I don't know.
Yeah, like a Day of the Dead drag queen. I don't know.
I mean, it's on there.
We need to get the artiste.
Anyway, we got.
You should ask her. You work with her. Ask her.
We work together, yes, and then we've been doing. She's been doing reels we're doing some reels and we're doing some stuff for the shop. Yeah, but
very nice. Very nice.
But yeah,
you gotta make the Gen Z people the
look at this
social
piece
media
that
correspondents.
Ramsey's one of my artists did yesterday.
From Cuba.
Yeah, he fucking crushed that shit.
Oh, that fox, that's amazing.
Yeah, right. Nice.
Wow.
Yeah, this lady. So we're out there. We're slanging tattoos. We're slanging ink. We got some gay flash for you guys. But yeah, my plan as always is to go. Well, this year I'm going to go to Latin Pride with you, right?
Yes, we have to. But usually, I need to check the exact date. But usually they do it later on, like September or something like that.
Yeah, that's all right. We'll get it. We'll get in there.
But we have to go. That's the best Pride event. I'm just saying, and I may be a little biased, but that's when my intersectionality just comes together.
Mujer is right. Bonzo, thanks for stopping by, guys. Thanks for commenting. If Ricky Martin remade La Vida Loca video today, how many dudes would be in it?
Man, it'd be all dudes. Better question would be she bangs. Would it be he bangs?
She bangs. That's always like
there were so many women on the stage, and I was like, bro, you should get more male dancers. It was great.
But women are prettier.
Agreed.
You know what I mean? Like,
no, his male dancers were really hot though. He had a gay moment with one of them up on stage, and everyone was like, "Yeah."
Hey, man, we were all sort of thinking about it in the '90s, and we were like, Turns out we were right.
Yeah.
Also, guys, we're doing Noname's Way today.
Oh.
Yeah, Noname is anonymous advice from unqualified podcasters. So I'm putting the link in that in both Instagram and in YouTube.
We're pretty good.
So if you guys have any questions that you'd like us to answer, no names required. Anonymous advice from unqualified podcasters.
And that link never changes. So save it on your notes app, save it, and then whenever you're having toilet thoughts, just drop an anonymous advice column in there.
What's up, Enzinger? How you doing today,
sir? Welcome in.
All right, so let's jump right into the show today. The main topics that I have for us today, and we'll jump around a little bit because I have some tabs and stuff like that. But the main things, the meta this week is there's two things.
Okay.
And one of them could be a psyop to get us not to think about the other thing. The main thing, and I know we normally don't do a lot of politics, but we have to talk about
the debate,
the disaster that was the first presidential debate.
Yeah. Oh,
the disaster and the fact that even media members, like they were in full on. Listen, you and I, actual leftist, right?
Mhm.
Not like
Yep.
fake centrist leftist DNC piece of shit bought by fucking, you know, Zionist fucking fascist governments.
Yeah.
Leftists. We're actual leftists here. So we've been Team Bernie, Team Social Democrats for years now.
Yeah.
So we could have told all you guys that running the fucking Crypt Keeper and just saying, like, trust us, just do it, just vote for him, just like you said, vote for Hillary, was never going to work against a fascist populist. Then, and this is my impression of Biden when the camera was on him, I just, that was such a haunting image to see on the screen.
It's scary. He's
It
like
was
a
so
corpse.
cringe, sad, scary.
And it's almost like you don't want to, like, it feels like, you know, ageist and like we're bullying or whatever, but this is the president of the United States. Like, we used to have some standards. Now it seems like you just have to be awake. That is the only requirement. Yeah, as long as you're breathing, you can be president of the United States. Growing up, that used to be a statement like, if you work hard, if you whatever, you can be the president. That was the highest thing. No one is telling their kids that now.
Nobody.
Now with these corpses that are running, they make no sense. They're like senile grandpas. You know, I don't know. It's depressing. It really is. I'm like, we can't. Yeah, I don't know. I need to move countries.
Right.
Do you think that they're gonna drop Biden? Because that was a scary sight, all things included. Like, I feel like you can't defend him, right? Like, when it's so in your face like that, like he needs to retire and be in bed.
I honestly, and my thoughts on it are this. My thoughts are, you know, there's a theory that it's two wings of the same bird, right?
Yeah, it is.
So if you're gonna go conspiracy level, Lou, it's like, okay, we have Biden for 4 years, then you guys get to have Trump for 4 years, and then we go back. You know what I'm saying? Like, so how is the DNC as an organization? And then I say that, and then I remember all the shit that they did, you know, where they disenfranchised the entire youth that was uplifting Bernie, and then saying thanks, but we're gonna put Hillary in there because we got super delegates, right? And not realizing that she was hated. So how can an organization that is horrible like that do something so horrible? It's right on line with what their politics usually are, and they're basically doing like a grin and bear it. Basically, their whole thing is they brought Obama out the next day to say, hey, bad debates happened. They had him on a stage the other day. But the calls are coming from inside the house now. The calls are coming from inside the house to get him out of there. And then the other part of that is there's a real reality here where Trump wins. And that's even scarier.
Yeah.
So they, instead of admitting, they're basically putting their head in the sand and saying, oh, that was nothing, bad debate, don't worry about it. He's still good for a couple of hours a day. He takes naps. He's ready. He's got good people around him. Just because Batman's gone, Alfred's old, you don't let the joke. That was the meme. That was the Jimmy Kimmel one. Just because Alfred is old, you don't fucking let the Joker run fucking the Batcave, right? Shit like that. And what they're scared of is what they're doing is they're scaring everybody into what the next 4 years would be if Biden loses. Project 2025, right? All that whole thing. And I guess they're basically saying if elections have consequences. Listen, I've always said we get the government that we deserve, and if we're a horrible, horrible people, then we get what we deserve, right? But I think the DNC and the Democrats in general are basically trying to just scare us into voting for the Crypt Keeper. And basically saying, I know you guys are scared of I just can't believe we're supposed to be the shining city on the hill. We're supposed to be the beacon for democracy. We're supposed to be all these things. And we have two octogenarians fighting it out, and that's the best that we can do. Now, the question for us is, who at this late stage in the game would step up? Kamala doesn't want to if Biden steps down, Kamala's going to want to run the ticket.
Mhm.
But the Democrats know that people hate her just as much as they hated Hillary, right? Maybe
Mhm.
not as much, but a lot. And then who you do? You replace Biden with Gavin Newsom, Pete
Mm.
Buttigieg. Who are you putting at the top of that ticket now? Anybody really?
Yeah, the standard. I mean, the bar is so low at this point. I'm just like, put any freaking talking head like the DNC. It's a conglomerate of people, and it's not necessarily like Biden. Yes, he's the face of it, but he's just a puppet. So just literally put any other puppet, and you can say the same talking points of like, but you don't want Trump, so you can scare people into voting for that person. In my opinion, I'm just like, just do it, because again, why do you have octogenarians running? Like, how is the future generations, how are you going to inspire hope or get them to vote or anything when you have old men that are in their deathbed as presidents? It doesn't make sense. Also, I mean, the United States already hasn't been a democracy for a very long time. So it just doesn't inspire any hope. My thing is like, and I'm gonna just like go to the grave with this, I guess, but I wish that they would do a ranking, like voting system where you can vote for all of the parties, because yes, there's more than two, and rank order vote for whoever you want. That way, because if we could vote in a rank voting system, like neither of them would be at the top of anyone's list, or maybe some would be, but I think for the most part, most of the United States is probably somewhere in the middle. Friggin' Green Party, I don't know, like libertarians, like it would be a lot more inclusive. And I think it hit me even harder because the Mexican election just happened. They have a female president and all of that stuff. And yeah, there's stuff, and we can have more conversations about like the problems with the Morena party. But all in all, over there, at the very least, there seems to be more hope for competition and a lot more opinions and a lot more parties that get a say. And so when you saw that race, and then you go back to the United States, and it's just this like capitalistic dictatorship of like, it's this or that, and you can't vote for that because then you'll get this, and it has to be either Trump or Biden. It's just it's demoralizing. So I hate it here.
We had 4 years of Trump. The sky didn't fall, Bonzo. No,
Yeah, but women lost reproductive rights. We wasted a ton of money on the wall. We continue to do stuff that we continue to do now, like funding billions of dollars into Israel and the war in Yemen. Like, so no, yeah, the sky didn't fall for you, maybe because you're, I'm assuming, a middle class, normal ass person who went to work and goes home and enjoys life. Same. Nothing affected me. I'm in beautiful California, like, but it does affect people who are lower, poorer income. It affects people who lose rights. Women right now don't have in a lot of states, don't have the right to have a say over their bodies. In other states in the South, they're starting to put in the Bible into schools, like forcing it down their throats, as opposed to we're supposed to, yeah, and we're supposed to be founded on the like separation of church and state. And so all of these things that the United States was founded on, and are just like all the progress that we have made, are far more likely to be dismantled under somebody like Trump, who is like just so conservative that he wants to take us back, as opposed to somebody who is not even conservative. The Democratic Party are also conservatives, but at the very least, maybe they won't progress a lot, but at least we'll stay here where it's good. And maybe we'll get a little bit of like, a little something. But with Trump, it's like
centrist.
Exactly. Yeah. So I hate to say the lesser evil thing, but yeah, no, under somebody who is like as extremist as Trump, I mean, we'll get KKK members, like a lot of stuff, a lot of people that just feel more empowered when you have somebody so blatant, racist, misogynistic. Like, it's just not a pretty sight. So maybe the world didn't fall for you or me, but it definitely certainly fell for a lot of people, and it definitely empowered a lot of people who just are hateful humans. And that's something that I don't want to see. Listen, Biden is a freaking corpse. All right. But at the very least, he's not running his mouth on a lot of things. And he's not empowering a lot of people to do hateful shit.
I mean, when in
So-
doubt, make sure you're not on the side of the candidate that's supported by all the racists and Nazis.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like bare minimum. Like I said, I hate both of them, but yeah, bare minimum. I mean, if we're gonna grasp at straws, it's
And
Trump is the
does the
first
fact that
candidate.
we both leftists agree that it is still, even though it's fucking, both choices are fucking horrible.
Yeah.
We both understand that there is actually a lesser of two evils in the situation.
Yeah, exactly. And it's not by a long shot, but in this case, yeah, absolutely. Like, listen, I would love if like a Jill Stein came back, Bernie Sanders, Marianne Williamson, like those are people I can get passionate over and I would preach all day. But yeah, Biden sucks, Trump sucks. It's just that Trump is hateful, vile, and terrible. And Biden is just neutral. Neutral bad.
Neutral chaotic. What was
Yeah.
it?
Oh yeah, what was the theory? Neutral chaotic versus I forgot. Whatever. Anyway,
It's bad. It's all bad.
you get it. It's all bad. It's all bad.
The question is, what are we prepared to put up with? Right. Listen, and as I said before, the Trump economy was good for me because I'm in a sales and marketing position. COVID wrecked it, so I'm listen.
I'm sure the military was super happy about it. It helps a lot
that-
of people and it hurts a lot of others.
At a certain time, I understand that you guys get 4 years, we get 4 years, you guys get 4 years, but this is a mistakes but the thing is when Democrats are feckless, and I've always said that Democrats are fucking cucks and Republicans are the devil. So when you have a cucked out Democratic government that doesn't push through immigration reform, even though they have a majority because they don't want to remove a non-elected position in the Senate just so that they can do some meaningful immigration reform, when they don't push through the judges for Supreme Courts because the Republicans fight and they switch sides on the arguments, which I always think is fun. When they're not prepared to actually make moves and they just only want to be the side that has the moral high ground. All Democrats care about is having the moral high ground. And the meme is, that you could fix the problems at any point in time, but then you couldn't use them to fundraise. So Democrats continue to be the party that says they're on the side of immigrants, that say on the side of minorities, but at the same time, they just keep doing bullshit, while the Republicans keep making inroads and keep gaining ground with minorities, with Latinos, the pendejos for Trumps, and the other people that feel, and somehow these people don't care that they're on the side of the populist fascists, because unfortunately for us, a lot of Latinos, a lot of minorities also hate immigrants. So immigration being the biggest issue that I have with them is that they're trying to outright the right. You can't outflank a fascist populist on immigration. And Biden doubling down on immigration, which is his least popular policy, to say, no, you don't get it. We also hate Mexicans and Central Americans and Africans. We hate them just as much as you guys do. We want to close the border. We want to fuck them over too. We kill a lot of brown people. Come on, relax. We're just as horrible on that as Republicans. And you will never, ever, ever outright the right. You just give them the win. Because then the people that are in the center, the undecided people, are like, oh, okay, well, why don't I just vote for the party that already has long established that they hate Democrats? And then you disenfranchise and you push away the actual center-left social democrats and what should be the base that you're going for. And you keep throwing these little crumbs to us. And saying, yeah, but it could be worse. We could be this, guys. But it's so close now that honestly, I don't even know if it would make a difference, except for the fact that it will, because there's going to be two more Supreme Court appointees probably within the next 4 years. In the next 5 years, there's probably going to have to be 2 new Supreme Court appointees. they're already ruling across party lines on major issues.
Mm-hmm.
And Project 25 is a thing. And we could, so it's either the Crypt Keeper and the corrupt DNC, or the fascist populist and possibly a dictatorship.
Yeah. This is great.
Yeah. So I mean,
and
then
like
also Mad Max is going to be a documentary.
Yeah, there you go. Documentary. Like, I do wonder, because Gen Z, I mean, they're older now. There's a lot more of them, and let's be honest, like,
Taylor Swift, come save us.
Yeah, so please, Taylor Swift. Like, who are they gonna vote for? I'm almost worried that everyone is gonna do like a third party vote, and then it's gonna go to Trump because no one's gonna want to vote Democrat.
RFK.
Maybe. I don't know. It just doesn't have to be like this. FDR.
Yeah.
Come back.
This was the meme George put up when all of the US watching the
I'm in danger. That is us. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
That's horrible.
Yeah,
Meanwhile, the debate, they were trying to outright each other on Israel. I mean, obviously that fucking whole debacle.
Not even.
There's still a genocide going on. There's still fucking all kinds of horrible things happening in the world, and yeah.
We should have put the fire thing.
I was about to say. So that has been.
Welcome to the Mi Gente Show podcast. Where we never talk politics.
That's been Hellscape Watch.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. This is fine. Everything's fine. This is our leader, our fearless leader. He's fine. There's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with that guy.
He's breathing.
He'll write the shit.
I know. Oh God.
So I mean, you did some scouting though in South America. So if we had to move the show down to like Chile or down to like where would we move?
Ooh, let's go. Listen, I'm between Medellin or Santiago.
Don't threaten me with a good time.
I know, right? I will say, I talked with a lot of locals everywhere where I went, and the one thing that I did notice in everywhere, but in Chile more pervasively, was kind of anti-immigrant rhetoric against Venezuelans, which I was neutral and just kind of listening, but the rants that I heard people go on were pretty similar and on par to Americans talking shit about Mexicans and all of that.
Yeah.
When like it just made me double down on my immigration thoughts and how I support that. Like it's we're all humans, and when one country goes through turmoil, they should be allowed to go to other places. I'm sorry. I just, maybe not a full open border policy, but the kind of like tarnished, like reputation that they're trying to do towards Venezuelans in Chile, I was not super here for that. And Colombia, they were a lot more welcoming because they see them as like brothers and sisters. So I bumped into quite a few Venezuelans there, bumped into quite a few Venezuelans in Santiago, and we'd fit in Medellin. I'm just saying, we'd fit in.
Listen, that's where I was born. So yes, I would.
Para
Laureles.
Let's go. I love Laureles. Let's fucking go. My dad said, I told my dad that, and he said he might retire in Colombia, and I was like, go.
Listen.
Go now. I will visit once a year.
Listen. All right. Hey, thank you everybody that's joining us. Hey, what's up, Paul Jarrett? Thank you for stopping by.
Hey, Paul.
Hey, mis amigos, Lou getting it. Thank you, Paul G, and the place to be, man.
Mm-hmm.
Hope we get to hang out with you soon during con. Hope we get to work together soon.
Cam and
Sophia, Lopez, Veronica.
Do you
Maria.
have the pass?
Huh?
Do you have the Comic-Con pass?
I do. I got my Comic-Con passes. I registered a couple of weeks ago.
Nice.
I did have to pay this year for some reason.
Huh.
Yeah.
Ah.
It was kind of annoying.
We need to. That just means that we need to get back into the grind of filmmaking, man.
Yeah, they still accepted me for professional, but they were like, yeah, but you got to pay a little bit this year. So I was like, all right. All right. And other Pride news. This is an old one. I think we've seen this one before, but I thought it was funny. Where the guy avoids the gay stairs.
Okay, that's funny. He could have gone through the side. He's like, I can't touch that.
Hey, that's not gay at all, right? That's not.
Oh my God. That's commitment. I appreciate that. We don't want your dirty feet on there.
All right. I thought that was funny. The other main thing that's happening in the world this year, right now, is the new meta meme, which is the Haktua girl. Haktua.
Yes.
Spit on that thing, as they say in the parlance of our time. Now, this girl is all over the place now. She's been doing interviews. She's, I guess, a recording artist.
Yeah. I got the latest news. I guess there has been some misinformation about her losing her job because she's a teacher. That is now untrue. She has come out and stated that she is not a teacher. She has not lost her job and all of that. So there's been a lot of misinformation about Miss Haktua.
Haktua, yeah, aka Haley Welch.
Oh, that's her name. Got it.
She was hanging out in Nashville with Shaq, which was all right.
I love that for her.
Yeah.
Yes.
And she obviously, if you guys haven't known, she went viral for on a Man in the Street interview where she basically said, they asked her.
Do you have it? No.
Something that drives people crazy. I mean, it's everywhere. I think
true.
I think if everybody's seen it, it was in our intro. I added it to the intro of the show. The Haktua girl. But yeah, what were your thoughts? Is this the new? Will this be around forever? Is this kind of like the Netflix and chill, which was a real popular meme when we first saw the chick that did it the first time, and then all of a sudden it just became a thing where now Netflix and chill became part of the lexicon, right?
I don't think so. I think it's gonna be like like TikToks. They go fast. They go viral super fast, but they go just as fast as they came. So I don't think so. I think if anything, she should really use these 15 minutes to maybe make a podcast, maybe do some stuff. Because in a couple months there's gonna be another thing, something different. Month ago it was the girl I want a guy in finance. Trust fund, whatever the hell. Yeah. It's always, there's always trends.
She sold more than $65,000 worth of merchandise.
There you go. She's on it. She's on it, man. She knows. She knows how fast TikTok is.
Selling her merch. She's doing interviews. I'm assuming she's getting appearance fees.
Good for her.
Good for her. I mean, she was just being honest.
Yeah, she was. She coined that. You know what? We love her. She's making her coin. Get that bag. Yes.
Paul says Haktua and chill. Yeah. No.
Nice.
That's the one. Pixel Voltan, thanks for joining us on Instagram. Thank you guys for everybody that's on IG. Thank you guys. Love you guys.
Give the page a follow. Give us some likes and we're streaming on 2 a.m. Burrito on YouTube. Yeah. The show and at Sophia Carr. So
yeah, I can't port over the comments from Instagram for some reason. But if you guys do want us to read your comments or show them on, then just come on over to the YouTube channel where you guys can be in the chat, and I'll post that as well. And then you can also come over to Sophia's
my YouTube channel. I have other stuff as well. So yes, support, please subscribe.
Yeah,
I gained a ton of random subscribers last month.
Nice, good job.
And the randomness came because the reality show that I was on, the director she's still trying to churn it out. So I guess they had like a third churning of it on OML TV, and they finally released it all on OML. And because of that, the react show that I did on my YouTube channel, it was just gaining a shit ton of traction.
Nice.
So go give me Gente Show some love on there, because when you see my numbers, the react shows are getting so much views and the Mi Gente shows are not getting as much love. So y'all go give us some love, because I love this podcast more than my reaction shows.
Hey, listen, anything that brings people over to us is going to be good.
It's going to be good, but I want MGS to be higher than the react show, but
Absolutely. Let's see what else is. So this is the story. So you believe it's going to be like it's not going to be like long, right?
No, I think I'll give it another maybe like couple weeks. But I think that she can use it to become like an influencer, and she can stay. She can very much be permanent. I just think the Haktua meme is not going to last. No meme does.
Haktua for president. Listen,
please. Even
listen.
if she's Republican, I'll vote for her. I don't care if she has my vote. She's got my vote.
She's from the Spit on That Thing party?
Spit on That Thing party. Let's go. I mean, Lauren Boebert got voted in, so why not Haktua?
The Grope It at the theater party?
Yeah. So I think it's possible.
Listen, we could do worse. Honestly, okay, let's say, if you could change it to where we had the two people that were running right now, the two old guys,
okay,
or we just did with 300 million Americans, two random people just out of everybody, two over 18 Americans, versus the two that we have now.
Yeah,
I like those odds.
I like those odds. I'll take it.
Never tell me.
Maybe like over 25.
Maybe over 25?
over 35.
Over 35, under 65.
Yeah, that's a sweet spot.
Take everybody in the U.S. that's qualified to be president. That's over 35, under 65.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I don't even care if they're in prison.
No, they can Zoom.
They can Zoom in.
Yeah, give them a laptop. People are working from home.
Part of them themselves. Why not?
Yeah, it's fine.
Supreme Court ruled that anything that and this is one of the major reasons that people are saying that we have to vote, no matter what, is they voted that the things that the president can do whatever the fuck he wants and is immune as long as he's acting under the official president. So Biden has a chance to do some really funny shit here over the next several months. But
is he going to? He is not.
No, they're going to maintain the high moral ground.
Yeah.
And they're going to do shit.
Which is annoying because I just want him to pardon my student loan debt.
So is this the year? So basically this is the last point. We'll move on here.
Yeah.
So basically what they're saying is like, and I saw a tweet about this earlier today, which is make your point, which is very good, a different election. This is not the election to make that point. Bonzo, I'd vote for you over either guy.
Hell yeah. Bonzo has my vote. Are you kidding me?
Bonzo for president, Sophia's the first lady. Sign me up.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Make
me head of like the EPA or something. I don't know. Something good. But yeah, so basically it's do not make your point this election. It's too important. And whatever.
Okay.
Fuck off.
Yeah.
I will throw away my vote if I want to.
Well, I feel like we can feel comfortable to say that because we're in California. Because I've voted third party for God knows how long, and it's still the Democratic person that gets elected in California. I have not voted for a single Democratic person. Tis true. Tis true.
Tis true, and it doesn't matter.
I think I even voted for Howie Hawkins. I usually go Green Party. I'm like Jill Stein, Howie Hawkins, and then Bernie ran, and I was like, Bernie. I haven't voted. I don't think I've ever voted. I mean, maybe Obama on like second term, but I was dumb. I was naive back then. I wouldn't have done it now.
I was so naive.
I wouldn't vote for Obama. God.
Obama.
Disgusting.
Listen.
I don't like Democrats. I'm sorry. I don't like Democrats or Republicans. They're all trash. But I live in California. I've always said if I lived in a swing state, I would be of a different mindset.
Would you vote Newsom?
I don't particularly love him. He would just be Biden 2.0, except he can talk.
He's a young
Biden. Yeah.
He's a young, sexy Biden.
He's a young, I don't know about sexy. He's creepy, but he's a sellout.
He's definitely a sellout. He's definitely a hypocrite.
Yeah, hypocrite sellout. Yeah, I'll vote for him.
He told us all to stay in our homes,
kidding.
and then he went out to fancy restaurants. He said minimum wage for all, and then he did an exemption for bakeries and restaurants so that his businesses would,
Yeah, but the thing is, like, when you compare that level of hypocrisy to Trump, or like, just
we're in a tough position,
it's a tough position, yeah, because when you have people that would vote for Trump who is so outwardly like just blatant about all the illegal shit that he gets up to and his viewpoints, it's hard to then go back to the cleaner, person, which is Gavin Newsom or Biden, and then be like, what, we're gonna hate on them for committing crimes after Trump just said that shit?
Listen,
after he did the riot in the Capitol.
Gente, who are you voting for? Are you voting for the corrupt, hypocritic cucks, or are you voting for the literal devils?
Third
choice is yours, America. Have fun with that one.
Yeah.
We'll be in Medellin streaming with the high fiber internet that Colombia is known for.
Oh yeah. Let's go.
Hanging out with the passport bros. You know how we do it.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, let's Bonzo win for Jill Stein in 2016. You're just trying to get in good with Sophia.
Bonzo! Hey, King. How are you? What's up?
All right. Shout out to the homie from Kata Nation Studios. Kata Nation Studios is doing their new logo reveal.
Ooh.
And this logo was designed by one of our artists at SoCal Tattoo Main Street.
Ooh, do tell.
Barbara from Gonzalez Art. Barbarella. Mm-hmm. She designed the logo for the new Kata Nation Studios podcast. And July 13th. And Gavin's a sellout. Actually, July 13th from 9 to 2 p.m. at Food Shed, 3340 Fairmont Avenue, San Diego, 92101. There was going to be an event with Kata Nation Studios, Alex. Food Shed City Heights, foodshed.coop will be there. The first 45 to arrive will earn a sticker of the new logo. And there'll be a logo reveal. So shout out Alex. He's been on the show. I've been on his show. You've been on his show.
Yes.
Kata Nation Studios. There's a real cool podcast here in San Diego talking to artists about their journeys. Go check him out, and go to, if you're in San Diego or in Southern California, July 13th, 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Stop by Food Shed for the logo reveal party.
Shout out Kata Nation.
Kata Nation Studios. Just wanted to make sure we gave him the shout out.
We love that logo reveal and giving back to the community. That's amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. What's up? Kevin is a sellout. Kevin is
absolutely.
It's a sellout, hypocrite, corrupt,
cuck, it is known,
or a literal demon. Those are your choices.
Yeah.
Yeah. Unfortunately, yeah. Ramon 2100. Thank you for stopping by the Instagram page. Thank you, everybody on IG. We love
Maybe
you
we
guys.
should move to Iceland.
Iceland or Greenland?
Yeah. Iceland.
Hmm.
Iceland is green. Greenland is ice.
Greenland is ice. Yes. I do love that. I do enjoy a good ice. What is
sure. Segue.
Look at us. How smooth are we?
We're so good.
So this has been sort of like an intro hellscape watch, personal news mix. But do we have any other personal news that besides your show still being sold? Anything else? I know you had your birthday party for your siblings.
It was a party.
And yours is next month, right?
Yeah, my birthday's next month. Big 30. Yeah, I'll send you an invite, Lou. I'll send you an invite.
The dirty 30.
I know. I never thought this day would come. What? Yeah. I feel really good about it, though. I feel good about everything in life. I may be becoming a bit of a Buddhist lately. I know. Getting in touch with my spiritual side and all of that.
I was a practicing
too?
Buddhist for a long time. Yeah. Yeah.
Ah.
I was a practicing Buddhist in my 20s as well.
Oh my God!
Yes.
Look at you. Are you no longer practice the Dharma?
I still meditate and I still have my my things and stuff like that. But at one point in my mid to late 20s, I was sort of on a spiritual journey to figure out if I wanted to be any religion. And you know, because I've always said I have a sort of a complicated relationship with God in terms of, you know, I'm not really for a lot of organized religions. I'm more spiritual. I was never forced. You know, I told a story that when I was in Colombia, my family all would go to church on Sundays and I would get to hang out because I didn't want to do it. I never did my first communion and stuff like that because I was, you know, and my father was agnostic. My mom was more spiritual. So when I was looking at religions and stuff like that, I did meet somebody. There was, I think, a Buddhist convent or monastery or
Temple.
what do you call it? Temple. And I started to study, and I was called the Buddha fish because that was my name, because they said that I took the middle path to a lot of things. That I'm a gray area guy. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, you know, I like to take the middle path a lot. So I've always really, if officially that is, if you ask me to check a religion box,
that's the number one.
That's what I would check.
And it's also by semantics because technically it wouldn't describe itself as a religion. It's more of like a philosophical, you know, Dharma way of life type of deal, which I think is why I like it so much. But yeah.
One line of Buddhist thought destroys thousands of years of philosophy. So that is why, that's kind of where I started, because I was into philosophy, and then Buddhism is like, none of that shit matters.
And then with me, it was psychology, philosophy, and then of course,
and then
it all leads to
like,
Buddha.
Buddhism is like, yeah, none of that shit matters. Life is pain.
Yeah. Well, yeah,
You know?
yeah. It's how can we take away suffering and acknowledge our suffering? And it's a lot of mindfulness and stuff like that. So I've actually been seeing a lot of parallels between like psychology and Buddhism, which I'm like, all right. It's just a different path of two, but it's cool. I've been loving it so far. I feel the most at peace that I've probably ever felt in my life.
Good for you.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, a little bit of personal news.
Little bit of personal news.
That and I love my job. What about you?
Oh, you do love your job.
I do.
Are you bouncing around, or did you find a home?
I found a home. Well, they're still technically bouncing me around, as in like I'm still in the same position where I can bounce, but the department where I am currently placed, I love it, and they love me. So my supervisor was like, "Can we keep her? Can we keep her?" And then it was like, "Well, you gotta ask her." And I was like, "Do you want to stay?" It felt like I was being asked out or something. And I was like, "I love it here. Yes, yes, I do.
Yes. Okay.
So we prolonged it, we extended it, and we're just, it's one of those things of like, so long as they have the need, we'll keep extending. And I found a career path that I like, and I might want to marry it. Right now it feels like I'm dating until I find a place where I want to marry. And I think I found a career path in that department.
Can you tell me more on the post show?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm super stoked about it because I haven't been this like excited.
Is our Patreon live yet?
It is currently live, but I have not added the tiers. So
can people give us money?
Probably, yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
What is it?
We should start. Okay, we'll talk about the Patreon because we do need to start pimping it out. We need.
Yeah, we'll get Patreon will be live probably next week, guys. We'll get on it this week.
Yeah, absolutely.
4th
of July. Do you have any plans?
No, 4th of July. Well, it falls on a Thursday, so I was technically supposed to work karaoke because I do Thursday nights. But as you guys know, as I've talked about in the past, 4th of July with dogs is a pain in the ass. So I'm in a new neighborhood, in a new house, in a new area, part of town. I don't know what the fireworks situations are out here. We're far enough towards the desert that I don't know if we're going to hear, like, probably not going to hear the Bay or see the Chula Vista fireworks, maybe. But there are sometimes random gunshots and shit because I am literally Like there's my little area. There's a couple of complexes around that are being built out, and then it's the green belt, which is all desert and land. So
There might
past
be
me,
some like firecrackers there, like you know.
past me, it's all desert. So I do probably hear gunshots from people hunting out there, coyotes and shit like that. So I'm not sure what the level of fireworks, but I'll be home 4th of July.
Me too. Let's work on the Patreon.
We'll work on a Patreon. I'll be working at my house. I'll be probably building some more furniture. I got my walls are all white right now, so I got to put up some artwork. So
yeah,
I'm still settling into the new house, getting used to the new normal, stuff like that.
I gotta go visit. All right, we'll plan that.
Yeah, we'll plan that out. Right? Anyway. Can I? Am I allowed to bring a +1 to your birthday party if I go? Yeah.
Yes.
I don't have anybody in mind yet, but just
damn it! Sorry, I wanted to ask. Okay, post show.
No, nothing there.
If you have a +1, you have someone in mind.
All right. Although I was looking at there's a dating question in our No Names way.
Okay. Continue. Let's get through it. Let's continue.
All right. Anyway, no. The only other thing I have is I'll be in Vegas next Saturday.
Ooh, you did mention that.
Yes.
That's exciting. How do you feel kind of like doing big weekends and all of that now that you are able to?
Well,
you get overwhelmed at all, or
as I talked to you guys last week, I did start a Substack too for writing, sort of blogging and stuff like that. And my first one was about the fact that, for like the last 5 years plus, I was a little stunted. I feel like I'm in my second adulthood because part of my last adulthood, I was a caregiver. I was in a position where I was sort of stuck and stuff like that. And now that I've taken steps, every step has been scary. I'm moving, even planning a weekend outside where I'm like, all right, I made the move. It's all scary, but you got to just fucking you just got to hack to it sometime, You gotta just get after it. You got to hack to it. So I feel like it's important for me to keep taking these steps. And I really haven't done anything like this in a very long time. But Uruguay was possibly going to play Colombia or Brazil in the Copa America. And so my nephew was like, I talked to my nephew. I was like, are you going to go to Vegas or Glendale if Uruguay plays? Because the next time I'll be able to see them would be during the World Cup. San Diego is not a site, so I'd still have to go somewhere. And, if you had a chance to go see Mexico, and they were pretty close.
Yeah, I'm going.
Now, Mexico is playing like shit.
Why are you going to remind me?
Because we were supposed to watch that friendly, but they lost Uruguay beat them like 4-0.
Dude, that was so sad.
The Mexican fans were cheering for Uruguay at the end. It was crazy.
At this point, we're like, bite the ears off. I don't care.
So yeah, you'd go too. So it's awesome. I'm going to Vegas next week. I can't, so if you guys are in Vegas on Saturday, I'm going to go to the Uruguay versus Brazil.
Ooh, that's gonna be good.
It's gonna be a good game. So I'll be at the stadium.
I'll be cheering you on from the comfort of my own home.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. I'll be behind. I'm behind. We're in. We have seats behind the goal. So.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay.
Yeah, so it'll be a nice trip. All right, so we covered Haktua. We covered it's Jover.
Yeah. All the hard-hitting news.
All the hard-hitting things. This is the article that I had mentioned last time that just because I get rid of it. The anti-sex beds have arrived.
Oh yeah. That's so stupid. Anyway,
after horny athletes admit to orgies. So for some reason, the one thing they don't want you to do at the Olympics is take
let them orgy. Come
Malcolm
on.
says, my future bae. You want to marry the Haktua girl?
You know what? Get in line, bud.
Bore up. The anti-sex bed have arrived in Paris ahead of the 2024 Olympics with their materials and small size allegedly aimed at deterring athletes. My question is, a lot of these athletes are bigger. You're gonna put them in smaller beds?
I don't know how they're gonna perform at their peak.
The beds are manufactured, blah, blah, blah. The beds are, so basically this is what the sex beds look like. They're made of cardboard, I guess, hard cardboard.
How are you going to sleep on it? I don't get it. Anyway,
Hey, read from the 323 anti-sex beds. Where there's a will, there's a way. Yeah.
exactly. Like they really underestimate a human's.
Listen, like how easy is it to take that mattress and put it on the floor?
There's
and then angle the fan downward,
or just the floor. There is a floor. There's a wall.
There's a wall.
Human
There's probably
ingenuity can do plenty.
Yeah.
Don't need a bed. Come
People
on.
still use beds. Yeah, sometimes.
Exactly.
You know, people are getting. I mean, listen. If you're gonna spit on that thing, you spit on that thing somewhere.
You gotta hook to it.
Something you got. Something you gotta hook to it. So these are the fucking anti-sex beds.
Good luck.
Listen.
There's still gonna be orgies, like just because. Come on.
Come on. There's bathrooms. There's hot tubs. There's the whole city of Paris.
Mm-hmm.
People can fuck in Paris. There's places where you can fuck.
That's true.
You can go to the Champs-Élysées, whatever, you know.
Champs-Élysées.
Champs-Élysées. Champs-Élysées. Yeah, you know how it goes.
Yes, as you know.
Yes.
Oui, oui.
That cardboard is a BS that you spend this money and somebody is keeping it. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Like an what we talked about it last week. What would be the ultimate anti-sex bed?
Spikes? I don't know. Whatever the anti-sex bed is well,
you know what an anti-sex bed is? A water bed.
You could still make it work.
You can make it work with
motion of the ocean.
The motion of the ocean, but it throws your rhythm off.
You sound like you're talking from experience. Care to share more?
You've never had sex on a waterbed?
No, I can't say I have. Who has waterbeds?
The 80s. the 80s and early 90s, they were still some of those around. It was still like thing.
You're right.
It still was like a thing where it's like, I got a waterbed. All right. Fuck it. What's worse? What would you rather? And remember they used to have those hotels with the vibrating beds?
No, I'm a millennial. What do you mean? What is this lavish lifestyle that you've been living?
Listen, in the 70s,
that makes sense.
The peak set, and I'm not that old, but the peak sexual experience was a hotel heart-shaped vibrating bed.
Okay, that
right.
That makes sense.
Then the 80s was like water beds, right? And then 90s was like mirrors on the ceiling, kink stuff started coming out, I think, you know. And after that, you know, it's dungeons and other shit.
And now it's just everything. It's
everything. Now it's just a big combination.
Yeah.
But yeah, so anyway, good luck trying to get the most athletic, horniest people on the face of the earth, full of testosterone.
Yeah.
All sexy, all good looking, all in shape, sitting around each other and not have them bang.
They're gonna be going to the crazy.
How are we gonna get X-Men if we don't let? How are we gonna get X-Men if we don't let our Olympic athletes fuck?
Exactly. Yeah. Run on that campaign.
Right. While we were away, also, Kendrick Lamar destroyed Drake.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, I watched this TikTok recently of 3 white guys, and they started chanting, "You are like us. You are like us. You are like us."
Really,
Drake? And we were like, "Oh, he lost so bad."
He lost very bad. Well, I mean, the funny thing for me and was that, you know, Drake, who's a culture vulture, was telling Kendrick that he didn't have that he had a bigger fan base than him in LA. And Kendrick threw a concert on Juneteenth in LA.
Yeah.
And he had like Crips and Bloods on stage with him. And he did We Not Like Us 5 times on Amazon, 5 times in a row.
Destroyed.
And it was too much. I've never seen somebody, and except for Nas and Jay-Z, where the term ether became an actual term that bad before. It was incredible.
It's a wrap on Drake.
It's a wrap.
I feel so bad for the Drake fans. Like they gotta go hide under a rock somewhere.
They were there, yeah. They're kind of quiet right now.
Yeah, they're very quiet. You have to be. You can't.
Let's see what else we got here. So in dating news here, this was an interesting one. An influencer contacted by 5,000 single men after posing boyfriend application rejects them all. Well, you could have just messaged me directly so I didn't have to read it in the New York Post. All right?
Okay. All right.
You ditzy broad.
This is news to me.
Yeah. Anyway, she has 5.5 million Instagram followers. So, yeah, tell us something we don't know that all the guys that are in your inbox you are rejecting.
Yeah, she's doing just fine.
Yeah, she'll be all right. She'll be all right.
Yeah. She'll be all right. You ditzy broad.
Yeah, that's Lou's ditzy broad of the week. This was something that I thought that was interesting. This comes out. The Pop Out concert finale was one of the most diabolical nuclear bomb level rap.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Savagery.
100%. It was just. I mean, it took top prize, man. He just ethered him just bad. In the trying a little too hard department, this guy posted this because he
during Pride Month, yeah.
Pride Month is so defeated. I
love it. My God.
Why are you thinking about men while proposing to your fine?
That man's gay.
Gay. Yeah, so basically, yeah. So, I mean, can we look at him? Can we look at him a little closer?
He's so gay. Imagine though, like one of the happiest moment of your life, and that's what you caption it. Yeah. Like,
I mean, we don't see her, so he's not really even like.
It's all about him.
It's about him, right? He's got his.
It's all about him hating gays.
That shirt is way too tight for him, for that belly.
Ooh.
He's got the khakis, the Aldos. The haircut is horrible, and he spent a bunch of money on the ring, though. And he wanted to make sure that the gays knew that he was thinking about them while he proposed to his girlfriend.
Yeah, this guy's giving like school shooter chic. So I don't know. I
think the
protest too much.
We don't think what do they call it? The heterosexual protest too much.
Yes.
Yes.
He thinks
it's no. So
he's gay. He's gay.
Gay.
Yeah. Gay. Yeah,
okay.
Gay.
All right, this is a hero that we needed for these times. This is a guy who sells cars and he does these TikTok videos. So this is the follow of the week, I think, for me. All right, let me play it for you.
All right, let's see. Let's see it. Yeah. Okay. Any sound or no?
Yep.
I can't hear him.
You can't hear it?
Nope.
All right, hold on a second.
No, but he looks lovely.
Oh, you didn't hear that whole thing? All right, let me restart it. I gotta share audio, my bad. My bad.
Hack to it.
Hack to it.
Hack to it.
The one that I saw that was like, the Aqua Teen song was like, my name is Haktua, the Mike Ruler. All right.
You gotta send it to me.
The Haktua. All right, let's try this again.
Okay. Take two. There it is.
Bro, Grindr is rocking these days. Fucking on the night. Anyway, hey, we got a 25 Ram 1500 SST.
He did not.
Come get it.
Y'all want to know who I date, who I go with?
Nope, but I think you think it's right. Hey, we got a 25 SST Ram.
Come get it.
Holla.
I want to suck me too. I want to suck me too.
My baby mama's grandma's got a fatter ass than you.
Oh my God.
And just go park it somewhere else. Hey, we got a 24 Jeep Gladiator that just came in. Come holla.
I love him.
So I'm about to get railed by two guys, which is something I do quite often, if I'm honest with myself.
At least you don't lie to yourself. Ride that train straight to Andy Elliott's house. Fuck you, Patrick. Hey, we got a 23 Dodge Scat Pack that, God,
Douglas
so
Townsend.
gross. Come holla.
I love him.
As a woman that identifies as straight, it's really important that I'm doing my part during Pride as an ally. So this month I will be eating out 4 pussies.
right, so
Oh
at
my
Douglas
God.
Townsend is the follow of the week for me because
Oh, he's amazing.
yeah.
Grinding. That's good. See,
Listen.
that man knows social media marketing.
Yeah, that's definitely awesome.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, Pride Month.
So good. I ate fart pussies this month, and he's like,
all right, let's see. This is something that I found here that was funny on the Out of Context EPL here. Let's see if you can catch it. When you see it,
on the pitch, get to a moment like that. Look, it's an open play.
English people celebrating here.
yeah.
And we got this guy right there.
Very
Hey,
English.
look at him.
What's happening? Oh, I see.
The little spoon. He's getting the little spoon out.
Yeah,
Look
good
at
for
him
him.
for the boys.
Oh my God, Jesus.
So in case you were wondering why I'm going to a soccer match.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is what I want to see on my television.
That's it.
All right.
Listen, if you see
Nothing less.
if you see me doing that, it's because Uruguay is up by like 7 goals. All right, that's
They will be.
We'll see what happens. Okay, let me see what you think about this video. All right, let's switch over. Okay. This is, I think, an older video, but I came across it. This is a trans woman that gets basically, and the video is times I've been misgendered. Now, the question I have is, does it happen? Let's watch the video and then I have a couple of questions for you. Okay.
Okay. Let's see.
Right, let's see.
Looks like he's having a nice feast.
Did you hear that?
She, her.
Okay.
Yeah, it's okay. It's all good.
But it was not all good.
Hi. I use she, her pronouns. I'm not sir. Yeah, like it's like a knife in the heart. I did specifically ask ahead of time not to be called sir. Yeah, I'm just gonna go. Okay. The Sweetwater starts at okay. I'm
so sorry. I apologize.
It's just always like a knife. It always hurts every single time. I was wondering if there's a manager I could talk to about something that happened. Yeah, I was called sir. Oh, okay. It just really sucks every time it happens. I don't need to be called ma'am. I just need to not be called sir, you know? Thank you. Did you call me sir? Hey, I just want to tell you that the person who gave me this called me sir. Called me sir.
Oh.
It's just like, it kind of just hurts a lot to get called sir.
Oh, sorry about that. Okay.
Very good. Thank you so much. No, yeah. Thank you. I'm not a sir. Nothing like a good misgendering. It is a knife in the gut when I get called sir. I feel like I need to tell him. I need to tell him that hurt. It hurts more when it's not intentional because it means like this is sir to him. I know you didn't mean it, but I'm not a sir.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay. I know you didn't mean it. It's just, it hurts. I know when people clock me, it's fine, but like it does kind of hurt. Thank you. I'm not sir. Not sir. Not sir. But the guy who dropped the food off, he called me sir twice in a row.
I'll let him know that, and
thank you. I appreciate that.
All right. So
that last one was annoying, uncalled for.
So the question. So again, I always frame this as, this is all going to be based on how you react to stuff like this is going to be based on what generation you brought up in and how, whether or not you've evolved in the past, right? So for the greatest generation, they would not understand this at all. For boomers, that was the generation that they only started caring about gay rights and trans rights if it was because it was somebody that they loved, a family member, or a son or a daughter. That was like the next wave of acceptance, was the people that had somebody in their family who was, plus you always had like Hollywood, the ultra left, more besides those people, right? Because there's always been more like forward thinking people. Then for our generation, Gen X, it was, they started being like the gay cliques, this other stuff. There was more acceptance, and it was more of accept people for who they are. Right. So if you were a chick that wanted to be butch and like chicks, we understood that. If you were gay, whatever, all that, it was more accepting of who you are. Be yourself. This is what I am, and I don't have to change it. I can just be myself. That was sort of the acceptance level that we learned. And then millennials had a whole next level of.
We leveled up a bit, yeah.
Leveled up in terms of, okay, you guys, what was the change from my generation to your generation, which is it's more of what it was bi, obviously came out a lot more, and then also more of like you can present what you want, not necessarily you can be what you want, but you can present to the world with whatever you want.
I think it was more acceptance because like I think your generation, like you said, it was more like be who you are, but other people can still rag on you and talk shit about you and stuff like that. Whereas my generation, I know through middle school and high school, it was still the F slur. It was still very bad. So still bullying happened, but then we saw a jump towards that not becoming cool anymore. And then kind of like you have to accept other people for who they are and be respectful. And then Gen Z, I think, took it a level up on non-binary, they, them pronouns. Yeah. Just like kind of like not only you can be whatever you want, it's kind of like even more experimental of like you can be a lack.
You can be a lack of it.
You can be a lack of it. Yeah. You don't even have to
want to be every day.
Yeah, you can choose, like not choose. You can like look into yourself deeply and then like be whoever you are, and you can redefine it. So I think they're redefining. Whereas like at least with millennial, it was we still had the social norms to a certain extent, but I think we just advanced acceptance a bit. And then Gen X, like you said, it was like the knowledge, but not necessarily the acceptance. And then with boomers, it was none of it.
Yeah, unless it was affecting them personally.
Yeah, exactly. You
know, that was the I love my gay son, I love my gay daughter, blah blah blah.
But everyone else, yeah. So it's been like a gradual progression.
And then you only that was like Dick Cheney, like they love their daughter, but they were still forward facing bigots. You know.
Yeah, exactly.
So as Gen X, obviously, the confusion that I have, that the generation has with the trans movement is always, it's simply because of the fact that when we were learning acceptance, our level was basically somebody in this woman's position would be, listen, you can just be a guy that dresses like a woman and just be that, right? Whereas 2 generations later, it's no, that is, we are redefining what it means, or maybe bringing back what being a woman means in terms of it's more of a social construct. It's, you know what I mean, as opposed to gender versus what you present, right?
Well, yeah, because gender identity, I feel like became that's when we learned that it was a social construct, and so the whole, it doesn't matter what genitalia you have, or necessarily even how you present, it's what you identify as.
Right.
So
which still feels weird to me.
I would say that. Yeah, of course. And like clearly the last guy in the video, like he not only like he went out of his way to misgender her multiple times. And so like, yeah, sir, you know. So there's assholes like that, and they just don't accept it. Okay, cool. So you're gonna be a bigot. That's whatever. But I would say that this isn't even like that ultra progressive to the Gen Z level, because it's still within the gender norms of like she, hers pronouns. All she's asking for is, hey, don't call me sir, I'm a she, her.
Right.
And that's it, right? And she is female, like, you know, feminine presenting. So you would think that at the very least, if you're trying to be respectful, that can click a little easier in your brain, right? Like, okay, female presenting, she, cool. I feel like a lot of people right now, with the disconnect that I'm feeling from millennials to Gen Z, is a lot of people, not necessarily even on the right, just like people that are more conservative types, even within the gay community, are like showing their bigotry of like just not accepting the they, them, z, like all the other pronouns that are coming, and the lack of the non-binary, the lack of gender, you know, norms and all of that. That's where I see the disconnect. But in this case, in this video, where it's someone who is female presenting, going by she, hers pronouns, I don't see what the problem is, unless you're just outwardly trying to be a dick, or you have those little moments where, like, you know, okay, so, you know, you say it once, you mess up. And she was very kind. She was like, no, it's okay. I get it. You're trying. But I just think people need to try, ask about pronouns. And if she already corrected you and she said it's she pronouns, and try a little harder, don't be a bully, stuff like that. It's not too bad.
No,
I go by my middle name. I correct people all the time. It's just like, if you're going to be an asshole, still call me by my first name. I would be mad.
So my thoughts on this have always, like I said, has always been, I don't understand a lot of it myself, because I've never felt out of place in my body or with who, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm fully capable of thinking that I may not understand what it's like, because I don't.
Yeah.
Right. But, and this is my take on it, is that I still feel that if you were to tell a lot of the women, let's say there's the women that support outwardly the trans women movement, I still think that if you secretly polled all of them, like if they were in a place where they could be very honest, I think still, I would say half of those people are still uncomfortable about people with penises being invited into women's spaces. I think that that's kind of where the next step would be, I would think, because I think even among women, they very outwardly are like, trans women are women. A lot of people, especially left, social leaning, Democrats, progressive, if you feel like that, I think a lot of women in that area are very outward, right? But I think if you were really going to say to them, really, how do you feel about this specific part? People with penises, with dicks, being welcomed, treated as in women's spaces. Do you think that's true, or do you think that people are actually, because I know Gen Z is 100% in on it, right?
Yeah.
Right. But if you were talking just like other women in their 30s, their 40s.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think the majority of them would still probably say no, because it's one of those things of like, you want to present as more morally correct than maybe
you felt like you have to support that is I guess the point there.
Yeah, I mean, those people exist, but I think by the same vein, women that would feel comfortable with women who, haven't fully transitioned in women's spaces, I feel like those also exist, if anything, if I'm speaking personally, I would just say I feel very comfortable with trans women who are not fully transitioned in women's spaces. I think where the fear would maybe arise slightly would be with heterosexual men kind of pranking and making, a mockery out of it and showing up to women's spaces just by, dressing like women to cause chaos. I feel like that is a fear, but then that fear is for heterosexual men, we just want to cause chaos. So no, not necessarily. I wouldn't say that. I don't know if I'm in the minority or if I'm in the majority, but
Again, like I said, I just feel, I honestly, I just think that's like, it's almost because of the same reason where there was like the newer queer or bi or lesbians started attacking Martina Navratilova. And I always brought up the fact that even though she might not have the most progressive advanced LGBTQ takes, she was literally a pioneer in the 70s and 80s, an outward lesbian competing at the highest level, like out and out, gay and proud.
Oh yeah.
And the way the lesbian and gay community like turned on her very quickly, because she was labeled a TERF.
Well, that's the thing. There's a lot of infighting with the LGBT community because, there's people who just think it should be LGB. That's it. That's what we fought for. It's lesbians, it's gays, and it's bisexuals, and that's it. And yeah, there's a lot of TERFs that back in their day, that was the progressive, crazy, take. That was the far left. That was insane. And they stayed there. And so now that the pendulum, swung even further, they are now kind of middle right. And I see that a lot even with gay men as well, who like don't want the pride flag to have the brown and the black in it, and they don't want, they don't believe trans people exist and all the pronouns, and they're like, it's getting to be too much, it's getting to be crazy, there's too much chaos, it's too chaotic, this new generation. So there are those two sets of people. I mean, J.K. Rowling is like a famous TERF, and you would say that she's like, if you narrow down her thinking and her philosophy, it goes down to very traditional white woman feminism, you know?
Right.
Like she believes in women's rights, but she also doesn't believe that trans people are women. Transitioning men to female are considered women. So she was progressive for her time, but you would say that now she's in the minority, right? So I don't know. It just depends about, genuinely, I think it depends on if you have experienced gender dysphoria or at least know a little bit of it or know someone who has, because I think once you encounter people who have genuinely gone through a lifetime of gender dysphoria, you can pretty easily get on board with trans people. And I think that was my big shift, because once I got more in touch with the trans community, that's when I'm like, okay, clearly it's not anecdotal evidence, and clearly it's a lifetime of deep-seated dysphoria, and like, it's deep in the psyche, and it's kind of like you can't unsee that. I'm a human and I care about other humans, and if that's genuinely something that they struggle with, then my nature is to want to support, and not mock or disbelieve them. And I think that that's where a lot of people, they don't have that access to that community, and maybe because of that, it's easier to dehumanize them and to say, well, no, you're not an actual woman because you have a penis. But they don't go down to the like, okay, well, what did you go through when you were young? What have you experienced? The hatred, the near suicidal thoughts, like all the stuff that you can dig into, and just digging into that and taking that moment, I feel like makes us more empathetic and able to do that little thing of, okay, me calling them she, it does wonders, because it helps their gender dysphoria. It helps them, and when they dress a certain way, or if they have the money and the funds to fully transition, if that's what they feel is correct. It's just about listening and getting to know people other than yourself. Like, I love when white people are allies to people of color, but it does take access. And yeah, it's just about being a humanist and having an open mind, in my opinion. And older people can have that, or you can get stuck in your ways, like J.K. Rowling, which, like, kudos to her for being a feminist, but she is ultimately only a feminist for white women. Like, she would have fit in great back when we didn't have the right to vote, but nowadays, when we're standing up for trans rights, maybe not so much.
Yeah, and you had to throw away all your books.
No, I mean, I still have them, because I mean the deed is done. I have purchased.
You're separating the artist from the art.
I mean, I'm not purchasing anymore.
Would you have played the game, the Hogwarts game?
Yeah. I think I still would. Also, because like, it's not just her that. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that income doesn't fully go to her estate or anything like that. But anyway,
I don't know. It was a whole thing where people were either playing it as a political statement or not playing it as a political.
I'm a separate the artists
good
from the art slightly, in the sense that if I can abstain and it's not ni me va ni me viene, sure. But like you said, if you're playing Kanye West, R. Kelly, and you're a karaoke host on a Friday night, hello, like, come on. We got it. There's a line, and like, I'm not always gonna be like social justice warrior, not playing the bangers because they chose to have some shitty behavior. So I don't know that
the list
it's all relative.
Short of songs you can do.
Yeah, exactly. Because then one thing leads to another. Okay, so I'm gonna hate J.K. Rowling for being a TERF. Then I have to really go down every single actor and everything that they've done, and then now I'm just a moral judge of everyone, and that's exhausting. That brings misery to my life. As long as I'm accountable for my behavior, my actions, and that's all I can do. So I'm not going to be supportive of them. I'm not going to go to like,
right.
Yay, J.K. Rowling, and have a poster of her. But I'm also, not going to knock on whatever video game that she doesn't even own. I don't know.
Yeah. And then to your previous point, and then we're going to move on here. In terms of exposure to the communities and stuff that affects, 80s and 90s, our exposure literally to trans was the fact that sometimes there'd be an article in like a tabloid, and it was just the cover of a magazine or a newspaper, and it would say I was a man stuck in a woman's body. That's
Yeah.
it. Or you know what I mean? Or I was a woman stuck in a man's body.
And even then, back then, it would be more of like transvestites. Like, yeah,
Yes,
it'd be like,
yeah.
it's superficial. Like a man that dresses like a woman,
But,
as
I mean, I'm
opposed to
talking
like,
about this. No, I mean, and yes, there was drag queens, there was transvestites, there was whatever you wanted to call them at the time. But what I'm saying is that, and we just knew them as people that existed. But the story, like in terms of meeting somebody and hearing about their story, the only places we saw that was literally the Inquirer or Star or like the cheapest, and it was literally headlines. Every once in a while, you'd see the exact same headline.
yeah,
I was a man stuck in a woman's body. I was a woman stuck in a man's body. And sometimes there'd be an article about that. So that was our entire exposure to not just people that were trans, but just literally the story and the who, what, when, and why, and the acknowledgement of community. And I think that's much more accessible
exactly.
to your generation and afterwards.
Yeah, yeah.
And
I
you
completely agree.
became not necessarily so much yours as well, because you are actively seeking out that community and part of it.
Yeah, yeah, and even then, because like I said, within the queer community, there's little cliques and subsects, like so yeah, I had to seek it out. Like it's just people about wanting to learn and be accepting of others. It's not that hard to be a human, guys. Just be nice to each other.
All right, guys, we're almost done here. We are talking about all the shit happening during the week. Thank you, everybody that stopped by today. Make sure you guys leave a like on the video on your way out, share it, etc., etc. We're back to Tuesday nights live with Mi Gente show. We are going to start having guests again, probably starting next week.
Yes.
Sophia,
What's up, Blue?
are you guilty of sad fishing?
Is that like pity? Like what?
Sad fishing. Basically, it's a trend of over exaggerating for sympathy, for like direct feedback from people.
Give
Social
me
media
an
to
example.
publish exaggerations of their personality to generate sympathy. Just
Can we use it in a sentence?
vague booking, stuff like that.
Yeah,
It's kind of something that I've heard it called, like where you just sort of put something out there and just kind of to make people pity you, I guess. You don't do a lot of posts like that. I don't really do it. I don't think you do. I mean, at least not where I follow you. I don't think that you do a lot of you just more highlights and stuff of what you're doing.
Yeah, definitely a highlight poster. But are you talking about like memes that are sad but like are making fun of sadness, like sad situations? Or more like they're actually baiting for like the people that bait for compliments and like fishing for compliments and fishing for pity, so to speak, I guess.
Yeah, I think it's more just people that just post, that they just post more random shit and statements that are hard to define, but will make people that are following you want to inquire.
Gotcha. Okay. Like when you subtweet someone, but it's more about feelings and like I might be depressed.
Yeah, you
reach out.
You vague book.
It was such a bad day today.
Right. Like I'm over today. Oh, what's happening? What's wrong?
What's wrong? Oh, I hate that. No. I hate that. That just that seems really narcissistic.
Yeah, there's a lot. I guess there was a study, and basically there's like 62% of like younger generations are guilty of sad fishing. Or
that seems really woe is me. But I also think that if I was a teenager with this much access to the internet, like I probably would post some cringe shit, some emo shit, So yeah, teenagers, give them the right to sad fish a little.
Let them sad fish. I mean, it's hard.
Sad fish
It's
until maybe like 19.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe 12 to 19 you can sad fish. Anything past that you just look immature.
Yes. Okay.
What do you think? Do you disagree?
No, I think it makes a little more sense now when you realize that they're kids.
Yeah, if they're kids, like, the emo post I probably put on my old Facebook, like, you know.
Mhm.
I think one time, and I vividly remember this, like I was trying to hint that I was queer, so I would like sub post, and nobody caught on. Everyone thought I was so straight until I came out. It was so annoying.
Yeah, you couldn't let
Yeah.
people. You couldn't let
But
people.
I was so emo and in the closet, and I just needed to let out my feelings, but I couldn't. I just want to dance.
All right, this one was something I thought that was. I just need a dance. What is my
Dad. Daddy, I
make me
love him.
Don't make me
Anyway,
sing.
don't make me sing.
Don't make me sing.
Yeah, emo teenagers, you sad fish away. You go for it.
Do it. Be sad. Be
Be
sad.
sad. Be sad.
All right, so this is in the file this under there is no hope for us
Okay.
category. Gen Z woman floored by 35-year-old man's text after first date. This is something that happened a few weeks ago. This is so horrible. Is he a bad texter or is he over 35?
Oh no, what is it?
This is
What?
ageism.
No.
It's ageism. So this woman went on a date with a 35-year-old, right?
Okay.
She's 27, so it's not that much difference here.
Okay.
She was baffled by the text he sent her the next day. Hey, had fun last night. Have a good day. The man texted.
Okay.
Then in true Generation Z fashion, Castaldi took the private message, screenshotted it, posted online where it amassed more than 500,000 views. I have to start dating people my age, but I won't. Basically, a lot of people were confused. How is that a bad text?
Yeah, that sounds great.
Younger people were saying they got the ick by his formal text message. So I guess, is that like the next barrier? Like if you just can't communicate with them via text, then
They're too young for you. She's too young for you, bro. Yeah, I guess.
if she's not cool with the formal "help you have a good day, had fun last night" text.
But like, that's fine. What do you want? What is the correct text to send? Like, I mean, it's not the most emotive, but it's better than ghosting. I don't know what you want.
All right. She said, let's be clear. I do not have the ick. I just can't read him. And I really, really want to go on a second date, Shiro. So what's the big deal?
Oh, so then what the fuck is the big deal?
Someone
he texted
replied
her back. That's
that
a
the
good
problem,
sign.
yeah, somebody said the problem with the 35-year-old's text that is was too sterile. It lacks any sense of enthusiasm, urgency, or intimacy. He could have written that to someone at work about a work function.
I'm gonna stop you right fucking there, all right? Because I have Gen Z friends and they're the most neutral fucking texters, all right? Y'all, because my generation used a lot of emojis, like we overused emojis. That, you know, how like Gen Z, it's a pendulum, everything we do is uncool to them, that they stopped using emojis. So now using emojis is out. And so when I text, I still text with a few emojis and then they're dry as fuck. Okay. So I don't want to hear it. What do you mean? What do you mean, Gen Z?
They're
You
not
guys are the
texting you
ones
back.
putting
So,
periods in sentences and not LOLing with the faces. You're not using any fucking emojis. So I don't know what you're talking about. Anyway.
Okay, damn. Tell him about it.
Rant. That was my fucking rant. All right.
You sounded a little drunk towards the end.
Okay.
LOLs. All right.
Choose pickling. Pickling is what I'm saying.
Pickling.
Okay. Okay. Everyone needs to. Gen Z needs to have like a conference.
Lots of people
All
were
right.
in favor of his formal texting style. If he texts like my dad, it's a green flag. This is the text you send when you're not trying to simp too much at first.
Yeah, and
I bet
that's
it took
true.
him
too.
hours to come up with this.
Yeah. And then tell me that her response is also not super formal.
Yeah, hope your day is going well. It was very, yeah, you guys are both
You
being
match tone. I feel like that's what you got to do. Just match tone, guys.
took
It's
her-
fine.
for 3 hours to say that.
We
that
can't. Life is too short to overthink text messages.
Yeah.
Just fucking just tell
Listen, there's
them.
people out
He said
there-
I had a great time.
Yeah.
You say I did too. Let's do it again sometime.
Hey, if she really wanted to go on some second,
I
hey,
want to
say-
hug to a your, you know.
Yeah.
Just be honest.
if she was really into that second day, she would like, me too. Hope we can do it again soon.
Yeah.
Boom.
There you
And
go.
you're done. Hey, listen, you could have just done that.
Boom. That's the correct. There you go.
Yeah.
People overthink a little too much. Let's just we're all walking around life judging everyone's every move and word. And how about we just say what we want and be honest with each other.
Yeah.
Is that too much to fucking ask? Come on, guys. Come on.
All right, we've unearthed a video of Sophia during her trip to Peru. She actually was there. This is her.
Is gonna be a
This
llama.
is Sophia.
Yep, that's me.
That's you. You can very clearly see it's her. The chin is the same.
Exact same eyebrows.
Exact
Obviously.
same eyebrows. Yes, same eyebrows, same chin.
Yeah.
And she's been chilling in the mountains of Peru. Let's see what she had to say. Sophia, do you remember making this video?
I vividly recall.
I've been chilling in the mountains of Peru, drinking ayahuasca with the shamans too. Got the champagne to the shift the mood. I've been learning about myself, finding out my truth. I've been healing my soul, tried the best medicine. I've been learning shit from the aliens. I got it all connected to the pyramids and how we used to use them for time traveling. Now I'm astral projecting, remembering how to navigate the ether. Sound heals didgeridoo, singing bowls every lyric, medicinal truth. Sound transforms DNA, my mind's making things move. Whoa, kidney infection, I healed that too. I've been doing things your brain can't compute. They'll say it's magic, but you could do it too. Just open up your heart and let it channel through.
No, I don't know if you caught that. I don't know if she caught that.
Maybe.
She cured her kidney disease with her mind because she's been talking to aliens, making stuff move with her mind, and we're literally changing her own DNA.
Hey, maybe she's right because my brain cannot compute. I'm not computing. Okay.
The quote was, after listening to this woman's music, I've decided we should criminalize drugs again.
Yes. Oh, that was what I was thinking too. I was like, what have we done wrong as a society?
Well, she's
I'm happy for her.
Yeah.
You know?
She's
live your truth, queen.
Got time. I mean, maybe it's just performance art, you know?
Yes. You go talk to aliens, Glen Coco. You yes.
Also, her dad works for Raytheon. I'm not sure if that's true, but go for
Oh, that would be amazing. She's just like a Nepo baby, just living.
Yeah,
talking to aliens.
Yeah, I mean, isn't it always the Nepo babies? I love that.
Yeah, they have the time.
And listen, I got a hot take on nepotism.
Is it gonna be a hot take?
I'm for it.
Oh God, that is a hot take. All right.
I'm for it.
Like vehemently for it, or are you just like
no? I'm for it
in the sense of like I understand that we can't do anything to change it.
No, in the thing where. Because they were talking shit about Bronny James going to the Lakers and the Lakers drafting him when he wasn't really on like a top 100 list of best players, but he's LeBron James' son. So they drafted him to play with his dad. And also, I sent you. I played that Zoe Kravitz thing, you know, and Lenny Kravitz, and so I just know. Right, that as more Latinos and people of color get into positions of power, they will start trying to make nepotism bad. But they was never bad before when it was just all benefiting the ruling class. So I think we need to take our fucking cut of the pie too. And I am all for brown people using nepotism any chance they can. I am pro Black and Latino
using
nepotism.
That's the equivalent.
100% for it.
That's the equivalent of women
making that job.
Okay. Hold on. That is the equivalent of women making progressing in society and them being like, I think now that we've got power, we should maybe take away the power from the men and they shouldn't be able to, you know what I mean? Like we should do the same bad things that the men were doing as opposed to trying to fix the problem. No.
That's a hot take, Sophia. I'm pro Latino and Black nepotism.
And listen, I agree with you in the sense that am I going to root for it a little more once Jenna Ortega has kids and then they do something cool? Am I going to root for them a little more than I'm rooting for the Emma Roberts of the world? Of course. But that just means that, I like colored people a little more. I'm rooting for the minority.
Kravitz, you're officially not a Nepo baby.
Disagree. You still are. You just also have melanin. That is the only difference. Okay. Still a Nepo baby, still affluent. And my thing is, if I'm going to go based on like little, pockets of society that I dislike, rich people are at the top. I'm eat the rich, baby. So I don't care about what color your skin is. I'm going to like, a fucking hick from Mississippi who has food stamps. I'm a like him 10 times more than probably Zoe Kravitz or any Nepo baby that's at the top, like Diddy's kids, like fucking King Combs. Like, I don't care. No,
Maybe
no,
not Diddy's
you're
kids.
all
Maybe not
shit.
Diddy's kids.
Anybody's kids. The only difference is they have a different color
I had a hot
skin.
take and you're talking me out of it. Don't do that.
I'm sorry. It's just a dumb take. It's a dumb take.
Hot take.
All right. I'll let you live your truth. I'll let you live
my
your
hot
truth.
take of the week is look, my ditzy brown of the week, we did that. So I got to do my hot take of the week. And my hot take of the week is this. I think I'm pro. I think I'm pro Nepo baby.
I
know.
I'm
don't bring no logic into this and no.
Sorry. You're correct, Zoe Kravitz. You are not a Nepo baby.
Zoe Kravitz, you are absolved of all your Nepo baby sins.
Sure.
I hope you can put your kids in a position of power someday too.
Like the issue too is with each generation they get more and more disconnected from reality.
Right.
So like imagine the Kardashians are already Nepo babies in themselves. Imagine their kids who are now growing up. They're even going to be more disconnected. Like just what?
No, yeah, and also
their generation. It's like
they're no longer Nepo babies. They are full-fledged celebrities.
Like Latinos don't look at Yo No Sabo kids and say, yeah, we're rooting for you. When you put the Yo No Sabo kids next to Emma Roberts, I'm so sorry, Emma Roberts. I just chose a white lady. Sorry. But next to a white lady, of course, we root for them. Kind of like the same way if you put a soccer team, Uruguay next to Germany, the Mexicans are going to root for Uruguay, right? Closest thing. But that's still not your country.
Okay.
Nepo babies are gonna Nepo baby. So
if I'm being honest, I judge the No Sabo kids a little bit.
That's what I mean. I'm like, we don't root for them, but if you put them up against a white person, you're gonna root
I
for
know
them
we're not supposed to measure people's Latinidad, but I measure it.
No, that's my hot take is I measure people's Latinidad.
Yeah.
I think self-awareness is key to everything in life. So my thing is, if you're a Nepo baby, I respect you if you can say, I'm a fucking Nepo baby. I benefited in this kind of way. Because I'm not rich, affluent, but I benefited in some type of ways. And I can acknowledge that. And I feel like as long as you can acknowledge it and know that it exists, cool. You are aware, self-aware at least. But yeah, Latinidad, that's my hot take. I also measure it. But I think that the same way of self-awareness, you should be self-aware of how Latino or lack thereof you also are.
And own up to it.
Yeah. And that's fine. Like,
as long as you're working towards it, we're okay with it.
Exactly. Like when I went to South America and like Mexico City, I measure myself, I know where I'm at in the Latinidad. And then I come over here and like some of the Chicanos are like, we're the most Mexican of all time. Shut the fuck up. No, you can't even fucking string a sentence together. Chill.
No, the Chicanos and the people had the U.S. Mexicans have picked and choose the stuff that they want to create.
Yeah, and they romanticize it so much, and I'm just like, all right, y'all need to chill, okay?
And then they decided these things are the things that we're gonna make. That if you have the more of these things you have, the more Chicano you are, right?
Yeah, like I know, especially. Okay, I'm gonna talk a little shit. See, this is why you guys need to go to Patreon. I'm gonna talk some shit. But I am part of a Latina sorority, right? Within that sorority and our other like around that, just like Latin organizations, right? And the people that you meet sometimes are so cringe because they are so whitewashed, but their parents are first generation, so they feel an ownership and a connection to their deep roots and stuff like that. And I love it. I love when they find it. But half of them haven't been to their country, whatever country they're claiming. Half of them don't speak any Spanish. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I measure Latinidad. I'm sorry. I'm gonna judge you a little bit if you're that disconnected that you're like, I don't know.
And
it's cringe.
I think it's for me. I do judge it a little bit,
but
I also like it's how they carry it. And
it's how they present it. Yeah. If you're self-aware and you understand that you're second, third generation, okay. That's cool.
Rosa might have a hot take. I think, like I said, for me, it's it's how you carry it. So if you're like, listen, I don't, like there's people that don't even realize that they're Latino until later on or stuff like that. So I think it's more how you carry it. If you're honest with it and you're like being like, yeah, and you're not trying to front and like you're not trying to over exaggerate it,
Yeah.
or like, you know, like, oh, I don't speak Spanish. I've never been to South America, you know, but I do know that I'm half Peruvian or something.
Yeah,
So
and
I'm
I
gonna
want to get in touch with my roots and I want to learn more.
Yeah.
That's
If
humble.
you're like, I
That's
want to run
beautiful.
more, I want to get in touch with my roots. But if you just take that first piece of information and you're like, I'm the most Latina person ever, like you said.
Yeah, I'm like,
when
that's
it's like,
cringe. That's
what I'm
really cringe. It's like the Eva Longoria effect.
I'm trying to learn Spanish.
I super love Eva Longoria because she was someone that was like, I'm Latina, but I don't speak Spanish well. I don't know a lot. And homegirl literally traveled to different South American countries, went to university to learn specifically like Latin studies and stuff like that. So she like educated herself. She did the whole nine. And so it's like, that's respectable. You're being honest and you're learning and you're, I don't know, you're just being self-aware. Again, self-awareness, guys. Just be self-aware. I'm a pocha. I mess up sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can all be super Latinos like me.
Exactly. You're the master Latino of all times. Exactly. Yeah. Just be self-aware you are on the spectrum, okay?
Yeah, it just gotta be okay. So let's say there was a rating system for Latinidad, right?
Yeah.
What do you think you'd get out of 10?
Out of 10?
Mm-hmm. Do you think you're like a 7, like a 6?
I'm like 6 or 7, because I always say like most of my education is done in the United States, so my level of speaking in English is at a master level. You know, like I can write, read, and speak in English very comfortably, but in Spanish, I'm probably at like a high school level, maybe even in grammar less than that. I can have a very good conversation, but I don't know how to translate a lot of big words that I know in English in Spanish.
True.
So yeah, I'm not the authority of Latinidad. I'm just saying that like we should all be self-aware, and I'm aware that I'm probably like a 6 or 7.
All right.
And it depends. If you drop me in Mexico City for 6 months, I'll be at an 8 or 9.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, true.
It depends about exposure as well.
Higgy says, "No, I'm the most Latinx." Yes.
Higgy. Yeah, I'm the most Latinx.
Higgy's a black.
Yeah, Higgy.
Like Giancarlo Esposito.
Oh yeah.
I think I would be probably like an 8.
No, absolutely not.
Yeah.
No.
I'm an 8 on the Latino scale.
No.
Yep. I still carry.
You're not being humble at all. No.
I'm just telling you how I feel. It's hot takes. It's the hot take second hour of the show. Everybody knows second hour of the show is when we do hot takes.
No, you're a 6.
No. Please.
If you're an 8, then if you're an 8, then I'm a 9.5.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Absolutely.
No.
Yeah.
Just because you went on you visited my homeland.
No. You've been in New York. You were in the East Coast too long. You got the Jenny from the Bronx delusion.
No. 8 minimum. All right.
Well, from the blog. Did I say Bronx? She is from the Bronx. Yeah.
Jenny from the Bronx. She is from. Yeah.
She is. Yeah. No, you're like a 7 on a good day.
Shout out Diddy Must Puffy Must Die, which takes on a whole new meaning if we were to make it now.
Lou being humble, so water isn't wet anymore.
Water is
James knows you too well.
Lou is humble. Hey, Lou's going to Vegas, baby. I'm going to be in Raider Stadium behind the goalpost to see La Celeste live next Saturday.
Oof.
Looking forward to it. All right, cool. So
let's jump into No Names Ways. Yeah?
Let's do the No Names Way, and then we'll get out of here. Thank you for the last people. Johnny, Higgy, Luisa, Manny joined us on Instagram. Angie's filming. Thank you.
Yes. Submit all your hot takes in the comment section, by the way.
Your hot takes. Tell me hot takes. We
were just very open about our hot takes.
Yeah, we got some hot takes back there. Yeah. All right, let's do it.
Now it's time for
No Names Way.
No Names Way. No Names.
All right.
All right.
Let's see what we have here. Just 2 short questions. That sounds good. That's good. Fuck, where am I? Okay, give me a second. Look at me doing my stuttering John looking for stuff impression. I gotta talk to you. I gotta do a bit about that at some point.
Yeah.
Just because things are happening.
Okay. That was the most subliminal sentence. What?
No. It's just I gotta do a hot take on it at some point.
Okay.
But here we go. There are 2 questions. Responses to anonymous ways are: have either of you guys haktua'd? Well, yeah, of course. Sometimes you gotta haktua. Sometimes you gotta get a little moisture on that thing.
You gotta pay Patreon to
Yeah,
get
you gotta
the
pay
answer.
that.
Yeah, we're gonna start charging for this content.
These kind of questions.
You can't just ask questions. This is an anonymous advice.
We give you advice. It's not us answering your deepest questions.
Yeah.
Both questions are.
This isn't a Q&A. Go to our Patreon for that.
What is one line in your dating profile?
I deleted that a long time ago.
I don't have a dating profile, but what if you were to have a dating profile? What's one line that you would?
Well, I did have one. There was one on Hinge that, what was it? Something about committing to the bit, because I commit to the bit a lot.
Yeah.
I forgot what the prompt was, but basically I can commit to the bit.
Oh, I can commit to the bit. Is your?
It was like a something about me. I don't know what the prompt was, but
No, you know what? You know who he should have committed to the bit was
What?
LeBron, because the whole thing, I want to play with my son. Want to play with my son. His son gets drafted by the Lakers. He's still a free agent. If he signed with like Orlando and like moved across the country to get away from his kid, that would be like the best bit ever.
oh, that would be amazing.
He's got a chit. That would be like one of the all-time funniest things. Like, oh yeah, I want to play with my son. He signs with his son, and then all of a sudden his son, and then all of a sudden he's like, "Peace out."
Oh
I'm
yeah.
out of here.
Yeah.
No, the only line that would be in my, if I can be corny for a minute, when am I not, right, Brian? I guess must love dogs.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah.
Because otherwise you're fucked.
Yeah, I dated someone who was allergic to dogs. Let's not do that.
That's like number one. Honestly, like let's get to that question pretty quickly. How do you feel about dogs?
So dogs.
Dogs.
You'd be surprised. There's plenty of people who hate dogs or don't like them or are allergic to them. Yeah.
All right. Well, that is enough for us for tonight, guys. That does it for the Mi Gente show. Thank you, everybody that tuned in, commented, liked, shared, subscribed, all that good stuff.
Yeah, thank you, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe on all platforms.
We'll be back next Tuesday. We'll have a report from Vegas. We'll see what's going on. We'll have a guest on next week at some point. And then pretty much I think we have guests lined up for the next few weeks. So we'll be back on our regular show. I used to haktua loose frying pans. Thank you.
Love you guys. Hasta luego.
All right, guys. Have a good night. And
Vamos, papá, hay que irnos. Me estoy aguantando desde que pusieron el domo.
Puedes esperar. Muchas personas trabajaron en esta película y solo quieren que te aprendas sus nombres de memoria.
Y yo quiero asegurarme de que ningún animal resultó lesionado durante la filmación de esta película.
Listo. Uy, palomitas en el suelo. Oh.
Espera, parece que Maggie tiene algo que decir. Diga su primera palabra. ¿Qué escuela?
¡4 años de escuela de cinematografía para